Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Alhamdulillah, let's first express our gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala because He yet gave us another chance to be on the 6th day of Ramadan. My name is Aslam. I'm in my third year of doing psychology and language science at UCL. Today I would like to just share one short story mentioned Surah Al-Maidah, Surah number 5, chapter 6, from verse 20 to verse 26. So Allah mentioned Musa and his people, Bani Israel, they were just about to arrive to the destination, which is the Holy Land. Nowadays is Palestine, and they fled from Fir'aun and his army from Egypt. And when they just about to arrive, Musa salam, he reminded them how people of Bani Israel is special, how they not in none like others, and remind them of the agreement between Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala and them. And Allah has promised them a land where in this land they're going to be a king. So unlike how they used to be massacred by Fir'aun's army, and now Allah has promised them a land and they're going to be a king. So it's a very complete change to their life. And when they just about to enter the city, Bani Israel was hesitant. They were very reluctant to enter, and they started making excuses. They started saying that these people is possessed by people of great power and they refuse to enter. And they say only if the people that already residing in the city move away, only then they will enter it. Allah specifically mentioned two people that is different from those who disbelieve. Specifically mentioned, let's just enter because this is our victory, and we're going to be among the victors, these two people, Bani Israel. And they also said, have faith in Allah, because surely Allah will work around so that will save us somehow. And they said, if you have faith in Allah. And they were still hesitant up to the point that they said, oh Musa, you and your Lord can go and fight, both of you, but we shall remain sit here. And Musa salam prayed to Allah, leave the judgment to Allah, and Allah punished them that they will be wandering around the earth for 40 years before they could finally enter the Holy Land. So what are the lessons that we can learn? First and foremost is about the coward attitude of Bani Israel, which is pretty apparent because after all that Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon them. Remember in the Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah mentioned about when they were starving in the desert, and then they asked Musa salam if the Lord will give them anything, and then Allah gave them the food from heaven. And then they complained, oh, this is not the food they used to have. They wanted the food that they used to have back then. And there are a few series of events. In fact, if you look up into Tafsir Rijal, Sheikh to mention that at the beginning of this story in the chapter, Musa salam specifically reminded them because he has this worry that Bani Israel are going to betray them once again. And we have to remember that Bani Israel has seen so many signs. They have seen how water coming out from Musa salam stuff. They've seen how Allah has parted the sea for them to cross and then drown Fir'aun's army. But yet they still disbelieve and they still acting such a coward. Secondly, if we look at how Sahaba of the first generation, the one that embraced Islam during the time of Prophet ﷺ, before Hijrah, how did they learn from it? It's mentioned in Tafsir Rijal before Badr. They said to Rasulullah ﷺ, we will not say to you what Bani Israel has said to you, that you shall fight both of you and your Lord, and we shall remain seated. Instead, we're going to say, you shall fight both of you and your Lord, and we're going to fight alongside. And they will reward with the best reward, and that Allah has promised them in the hereafter. Thirdly, it can be a simple gesture. The point is basically to take initiative. If we see anyone, can be strangers, relatives, friends, that in need of help, just lend a hand to grab the opportunity instead of lay back and saying that someone's going to help that person eventually. Last but not least, to embrace Islam wholeheartedly. From what we can learn is that Bani Israel, they have been bestowed upon a lot of things, a lot of miracles, but yet they still disbelieve. And if you were to compare it to us, have we not been bestowed a lot with miracles and signs? We've been given health, we've been given probably wealth, we've been given intelligence, a lot of stuff that Allah has bestowed upon us. And yet, are we still living up to the responsibility that we have in this world, which is mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 30, to be a Khalifa and to be an Abid, which is mentioned in Surah Al-Zariyat, which is very important, to just live up to the responsibility that we have in this world. I think that's all from me. Hopefully you all can learn some lessons from the story that we mentioned in the Quran. I would like to wish everyone to have a blessed Ramadan ahead. Thank you, and Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.